Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today we are making low-carb pumpkin donuts. We've got some leftover pumpkin for Thanksgiving. In fact, I still have more. This recipe calls for half a cup, so you're gonna have quite a bit left in your jar. If you scroll through my YouTube videos, you will find one for pumpkin bread. It will use a majority of the rest of this. So I'm gonna actually put this in a freezer bag later to have for pumpkin bread later. So let me set that aside, just letting you know, don't get rid of it. Okay, you're gonna need a wet bowl and a dry bowl. In the wet bowl, all these ooey goodies, we have, let me just hold this up where I can see it a little bit better. We have 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Be careful it's the puree and not the pie filling. 1/2 cup of heavy cream, or if you're paleo, you can do coconut cream. But if you're keto, low carb, things like that, do the heavy cream. 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of vanilla liquid stevia. This is liquid stevia, everybody. You can get it on Amazon. You can even type in vanilla liquid stevia. Better than stevia makes a lot of flavored stevias. I used to get them. They get pricey when you get 6, 7, 8 flavors. So what I did, I'm just gonna tell you, what I did is instead of a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of vanilla liquid stevia, I did 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla and a teaspoon of liquid, right, plain stevia. It's just still gonna kick up that vanilla flavor, and I can just stick with the 1 bottle that I have. I just added extra vanilla to compensate. So do what you need to do. If you've got plain stevia, you can make it work. All right, that's what I have in the wet bowl. In the dry bowl, already mixed up and ready to go. We'll get going on that here in a moment. I have 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a little bit of each because we've got that coconut flour, so we really want to have that rise and that moisture. 1/2 cup of a brown sugar substitute, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So let's get mixing. Oven is preheating to 350. You need a donut pan. I will say that they recommend a silicone. Let me just get this going. I do not have a silicone, so I'm using a metal one. This goes back to my olden days. And so what I'm doing is I'm gonna do a different method of greasing. I looked it up. When you're baking with stuff like coconut flours and almond flours and blends and you don't have a silicone which pops it out easily, do a double grease. That's what I'm gonna do. So right now I currently have butter in the pan. Then right before I pour the batter in, I'm also going to use avocado oil spray. This has 0 flavor, so it's not like olive oil spray. This has 0 flavor. You add that to the butter which they do recommend even in the silicone. So butter's the recommended one. But by doing a double, it should help pop them out of a metal pan. So if you have a metal pan, you should still be able to use it. And I'll let you know, I'm the guinea pig. There is a recipe in here for icing. I'm not gonna do the icing. So just know in the description below that the icing link will be on there. I eat these over 2 to 3 weeks. I stick them in the freezer and I pull one out every 2 to 3 days for breakfast. So the icing's not gonna work for me. So what I'm gonna do, and I'll meet you for it, is when we take them out, I'm gonna just dip them in a little cinnamon sugar. I'm gonna use granulated swerve or something like that in a erythritol blend. And I'm gonna dip them. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that way it'll freeze well and thaw well. But feel free to make the glaze. This is nice and mixed. So at this time, I'm now gonna start to incorporate the batter into it. mixing up super nice and easy. Show you what I'm going to do here. So right now, I am going to just lift and scrape the sides quickly, just to make sure we get everything incorporated. Even on your best mixer, sometimes you've got to help the sides out just a little bit. It is a runnier mixture, which is fine because coconut flour absorbs a lot. So you do not have to worry about that at all in the baking process. Okay, let me give it one more run. Try and get that tapped in there. Looks so good. So easy. The prep is nice and easy. Oven is preheated and ready to go. Alrighty. You put it down on low. I don't know, you know this trick, but start lifting. And then turn it off, because then you can get most of the batter out. You just have to tap out that last little bit. Okay, there we go. And I'll show you what the batter looks like. Need paper towel, sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to take this out for you. Here is what the batter looks like. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna transfer them. It should make nine muffins. So at this time, I'm going to spray. But before I do that, and I'll come back and do this when I'm done. Well, I'll go ahead and spray, and then I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. So this is my doubling up. I just wanna make sure. This is a brand new bottle, so I hope it doesn't. You're the first one, there you go. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've doubled up. Oh, you can't even see what I just did. Oh my bad. Okay, so I've doubled. I've now got oil and butter. Okay, in a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this batter and I'm gonna take this bag, because I know me and I don't trust me. I'm gonna put all the batter into here, and then I'm gonna cut the tip off, and I'm just gonna pipe out 9 of them. So I will see you when they're ready to go into the oven. So I'll see you in just a minute. Alrighty, so this is what they look like. They look wonderful. I totally recommend the piping method if you've ever done that before. It made getting them in super nice, super easy. So it says bake for 15 minutes, and then you're gonna invert and cool completely before glazing if you choose to do that. I'll come back when they're warm, because I like a warm donut, and I'm gonna do the dip into a cinnamon sugarish mixture, and that's how we're gonna do it. So I will see you on the other side. All right, so the donuts are out of the oven and cool down, and I just sprinkled them with some powdered sugar on top. What I will say is that I'm gonna recommend the silicone baking mold that they do recommend in the recipe. Some of mine came out fine, and some of mine came out in pieces. So being totally honest with you, if you want them to pop out, because it is a coconut flour, you would want to probably use the silicone mold. So something that I know. Having said that, I've tried the pieces that have come out, and they taste great, and I'll take a bite of this one for you. They taste absolutely delicious. They're just not all in round circles. But here we go. It tastes great. They taste wonderful. So, I love this recipe. I know what I need to do for next time. Remember to save the rest of the can because there is a YouTube link in here for pumpkin bread as well. So, with that said, you can use the leftover for pumpkin bread. You can use this and enjoy some pumpkin donuts. All right, enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.